So first of all, when it comes to applications, there's no centralized application system like there is with UCAS. You need to apply to each university individually, and they have a whole plethora of different kind of writing assignments they make you do, and you need to do an SAT or an ACT exam. You need to consider taking the SAT or the ACT pretty far in advance, because there's only select windows throughout the year that you can do it. So I had to go and do mine at Wellington College, which is all multiple choice, but it takes a decent amount of work to revise for it and get a good score. And if you're looking at a good university, you kind of need a good score. And American universities do really value A levels, which is great. So you guys are all in a very good position if you are able to put the work in now to be able to get a good SAT or ACT. And I do your research to see which one between the two is best for you, because ACT has modules of science. I absolutely hated science. So I chose to do the SAT, which is all writing and mathematics based. Yes, you are. I can say with near certainty that if you get accepted to American University, you'll be able to get a visa. So the university sponsors your application to get a visa. There's a specific student visa, which is the F1 visa. And that lasts the entire duration of your time here and gives you a 6-month window afterwards if you want to stay in America to be able to find your next job, and get sponsored for that by the company that you're going to be working for. But you go to the embassy in London, you answer a few questions, you're good to go. In terms of what you study at university here, there's different like umbrella categories of classes you have to take. So you have to get a certain number of classes in humanities, certain number in sciences, certain number in writing, and a certain number in quantitative reasoning, which is basically mathematical classes. So it makes every semester interesting, because I'm in the process now of choosing my classes for the next semester, and I need to be aware of what kind of class I have to do. And up until this semester, I've been having to study Italian. There's a requirement to learn a new language, which I think is pretty cool, because now I can speak a bit of Italian. It makes every semester interesting, because you're not just studying the same old stuff. You truly are turning over a new page every semester in terms of classes. And going through the Yale Course Search website, in which I choose my classes, it was amazing the kind of variety of stuff there is. So there's one I'm considering, which is 1 session a week walking around the Yale Art Gallery talking about what we like about different works of art. There was another one I was looking at, which was literally a bartending class, and I could get university credit for it. So there really is a whole variety of things. And if you look in every department, there is so many different options available to complete your degree, making it truly a very, very personal experience going to university. You're not just put into the same pathway as everyone else. You have complete freedom. If you want to get a sense of what class at Yale are like, you can just go on YouTube and type in like Yale philosophy, and there are several classes that are up there with millions of views, and you can get a sense for the lecture style, because that was a big difference from college to university, in that you go from small personal groups to massive classrooms with famous professors where you can so easily get lost. But at Yale, we have what we call teaching fellows, who are normally graduate students, who sit in classes and they can help you out. So they're like your go-to person. So you never feel completely lost. I'd say it's definitely critical thinking and problem solving, just the ability to look at any kind of problem and be able to come at it from an objective standpoint. And I think philosophy absolutely nails that. So studying philosophy at A level allows you to really get a sense of analysing problems. And I think no matter what you study, that is extremely important. And being able to write from two perspectives, that it's invaluable when it comes to university courses, just being able to create a argument that's really developed and highly evolved by writing from two perspectives, argument within your work. I think that's something that philosophy fosters really well and is definitely a very important thing that you're going to need in university, regardless of what you study. Yale is an absolutely incredible institution in that all of the work that I'm doing and all the books that I'm having to read for classes, the majority of them are done by Yale professors, which is just, is kind of crazy. And we have like very famous guest lecturers who are top of their field. Yale University as an institution has more money in its endowment than every UK university combined. So that just gives us kind of sense of the resources that are available here. Yale is part of the Ivy League, which is, I don't want to say the most elite because that sounds pretty pretentious, but it's a very well-known group of universities in America, including Harvard, Yale, Princeton, amongst some. So Yale is certainly at the top of its game when it comes to prestige in the academic climate of America and the wider world. We recently had a $100 million donation from FedEx to make a new eco-friendly way to fly their planes around the world. So Yale really is at the forefront when it comes to all kind of academic research. There's so many incredible graduate schools here at Yale as well. So even if you don't come to university in America straight away, there are so many pathways from top tier UK universities into top tier American universities for graduate school. So we have our School of Management, our School of Architecture. Our law school is the best in the world, according to most rankings. If you hear otherwise, they're probably a bit biased. But yeah, so it's not just an option for undergraduate study. There are so many options afterwards. If you're looking to pursue a career in a certain area, the chances are that there will be a graduate school in the US that can accommodate that. And it can just offer that extra bit of insight if you really want to hone in on a certain area. There are loads of PhD and master's students here as well. So there really is a sense here of the crossover between academics and career. And that's the big emphasis I've had during my time here. It's all about streaming you into a career option afterwards. I've been doing a lot of networking recently with some graduates from the Yale lightweight crew that I'm a part of, and I'm getting lunch with them next week in New York. One of them is a managing director of the top boutique investment bank in New York, and the other is a partner at the Boston Consulting Group. So like the alumni that come from Yale University are absolutely incredible, and there's so many opportunities available to you when it comes to like internships or just looking for a job afterwards. And that's the emphasis that I have really found in American universities compared to the UK ones. American universities place this massive emphasis on networking during your time here, and I think it's absolutely amazing because now I feel really confident about graduating in 2 years and what I'm going to do with myself afterwards. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to be staying in the New York area. So after that 6-month window of my student visa runs out, once I graduate, I'll apply to get a work visa and a green card. So then I'll be on the pathway towards getting American citizenship.